Samson, this is organized crime. It's organized crime that is very deep rooted, and it's rotten to the core. It starts from ECG and ends up at the ports. So it's something that is extremely serious. Okay? Let's look at ECG as an institution, because that is really the crux of the problem. Without all the lapses and all the collusion and things going on there, we would not be where we are now, which is in a very sorry and sad state, okay, to all of our detriment. Look at the kinds of monies that are being mentioned. We need that money. There's so much that we have to do as a nation. And the president has inherited practically nothing, you know, and debt upon debt upon debt. And why is that the case? Because a few selfish people consistently keep deciding that they can just help themselves to garner money. And enough is enough. How can someone be sitting? First of all, they don't believe they are subjected to the procurement laws. Sami addressed that issue. I mean, I find that argument extremely problematic. And it is sad that an attorney general in this country actually came up with an opinion to that effect. How can you say you're not subjected to the procurement law? You are a public institution. You only have one shareholder. That shareholder is government. That shareholder is government. You are, you know, public funds. The act is very clear. It's very clear. It's public funds, whether it's internally generated, whether it's a grant, whether it's a loan, etc., etc. It's all public funds. And also, if you look at the institutions which have been exempted, like the banks, I mean, we can all see why. They are operating purely in a competitive environment with other banks. Some of them are even foreign with parents with very deep pockets. So they have to be freed up to go and pursue the business of banking. But you are a near monopoly, if not a monopoly. All of us here in this building, we all buy our electricity from ECG. So we don't have a choice. We have to go there. So, I mean, I find that argument fallacious, is problematic, and it shouldn't even be entertained at all. And also, one more thing I'll say to that is that ECG itself knows that it is subjected to these rules. If not, why would you consistently, over the years, keep going to an institution called the Public Procurement Authority of Ghana to seek exemptions if you don't believe you are subjected to the rules? It doesn't make sense. If you believe you're exempt, why go there? What are you going there to do? And then you continue, they say no, and you just ignore it. I mean, you're a state-owned enterprise. How do you ignore the laws that you're supposed to be setting an example? How do you ignore the laws of the state? So, and then the CEO, I understand, has a personal limit of $1 million. That's over 15 million Ghana cedis. Over 15 million. So he can sit in his office and decide to. So I want to know who arrogated that authority to him. Was the board involved? And in all of this, I haven't heard anyone mention the board. Look, under the Companies Act, the obligations, the duties, the responsibilities of directors are very clear. They owe a fiduciary duty to the company and by extension to all of us as Ghanaians, since it's a public entity. So where are the directors in all of this? How do you go and approve a company to go and do clearance which doesn't even have a license? I mean, the lapses are so many. It's you know, so yes. I mean, and when you hear these values, it's just chilling. You know, it's mind blowing. So I'm very happy with what the minister is doing. I commend him for it. And I think he has to drill down and find these things out. Everything in the port is electronic, so it can be traced.
Yeah. Right.
It's very clear, and I don't think it takes
actually
long.
The former MD, Samuel Dubik, says the point you just made. He says, even if it is lost at sea, you will be notified because it has a unique number that can be tracked anywhere. So did they track the numbers and they didn't find them, or they are just resorting to the fiscal counts? Containers that are in the custody of customs and Ghana ports and harbors, What does that have to do with ECG? Did the containers get missing in the custody of ECG? The investigative team never contacted me. Meanwhile, I have not gone anywhere, and I won't go anywhere. So what was the rationale behind that? If they wanted to do a thorough investigation, they should have called me.
Sir, I don't even know where to begin with this one, because what he's saying, yes, it got, if you look, it's a very simplistic argument. Let me start off on that basis. Very simplistic argument. If he doesn't see the correlation between what is happening in ECG and says it has nothing to do with them, then I have very big problems with that. Okay. And I think every well-meaning Ghanaian who loves their country will have a problem with it. You are the MD of ECG. You are the ultimate, other than the board under which you operate, you are responsible for everything that happens. He himself should be able to answer some of these questions.